one of the most common things that we hear is, what's the proof for God? Or there is no proof for God. And reflecting on this, and I was doing some reading and came across this quote I think is very, very apt, that God is not proven, but he's found. And what that means is that it has to do with your orientation, okay? It has to do with your heart. For some people, you could demonstrate to them every single piece of evidence and proof and argument, and it's still not enough. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about those people in the Quran. He says, even if you were to show them every single ayah, miracles, they wouldn't believe. Whereas other people, they don't take much. Just a little bit of shift of perspective or something that is an obvious fact, right? Like some people, they imagine that, okay, we're going to uncover something new that nobody's ever sort of realized before, and this is going to finally prove the existence of God. It's not how it works. If you want to talk about evidence, the evidence is already all around us as evident fact, okay? Things that everybody already knows, right? But God is found and not proven in the sense that the person has to take it upon themselves to look. And the person has to be open to listening, okay? Just like a student who sits in a classroom, and you could put the absolute best teacher in the world with the latest pedagogical sort of, practices, and they could be, extreme, have every single, the best learning environment, every single technique being utilized. It's not 100% guarantee that the student's going to learn, right? The student has to listen. The student has to care. The student has to try, right? And so when it comes to faith is a very, very similar thing. So it's not that, there's some sort of proof out there and I can, it can be beneficial to talk about these things. But at the end of the day, every single individual has to take responsibility for themselves. Every single individual has to decide, am I open enough to being convinced, or am I open enough to even considering this possibility? And how do I interpret the obvious things that are all around me already?